Some games walk a fine edge between success and failure. Sometimes it's hard to know the precipice is even there at times, which makes it all the more surprising when you plunge right over it. Star Marine Infinite Ammo by Glitchsoft doesn't quite fall into that extreme category, but its handful of minor bugaboos and oh so easy to mess up upgrade system can leave you experiencing an almost entirely different game to what others might describe to you. Star Marine places you in the combat boots of a typically paper-thin, brick-headed action hero intent on mass destruction of an entire race of robots, because he can. You know, the usual motivation of a classic shooter from the 80s and early 90s. Speaking of which, the first impression you'll have of the game is exactly that of a classic platformer, notably Contra with its basic left-right duck controls and jump fire buttons and 8-direction firing. At this point, the cracks start to appear, and the level designs, though resplendent in their 16-bit pixel art style, doesn't ever seem to take this method of firing into account. Enemy positions, ramps, and other level features seem to be designed specifically to counter the Marines' 45-degree shooting angles, though weapon pickups, unlocked via earned gems, can make up for this shortcoming. Rote practice and memorization of levels also helps, allowing you to spawn enemies or shoot at them before they appear, but this removes an element of skill from the equation. Unfortunately, the gem system itself is yet another point of contention, with weapons and upgrades being restricted to those who have farmed earlier levels or completed various achievements, and it's all too easy to find yourself starved for gems if you choose the wrong upgrades early on. Players are further crippled by the game system of stockpiled lives that come in limited supply and require gems to replenish. Run out of lives and you're stuck with one per level until you cough up more gems. However, when things go right, Star Marine Infinite Ammo comes off as the perfect throwback to a bygone era of mindless, brutal, and highly rewarding platformers that made you feel like a badass. Big guns, big bosses, and plenty of enemies to slaughter. It's testosterone-fueled mayhem, and it's hard not to be pulled in. Sadly, the darker side of Star Marine lurks in the shadows, ready to take over and flip the fun and turn it into something frustrating. This has been Andrew with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.